Good morning,
Thank you,
everyone.
Asaph.
Welcome to Wake Up Missoula. My name is Noelle McAvoy.
And I'm Scott Ramf.
And that was Asaph Adonai on piano.
Yep.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, TGIF.
Yes.
And I know that we're all very pleased. And we hope that you guys have had a great week. We've got a great show for you. We've got, all of our regular stuff, minus City Council.
Yep.
So that's fine. Yeah, but Scott's going to tell us about weather.
Yeah, but we will talk a little bit about the new City Council members right after weather. But right now, because of our show, the winter advisory warning ended just right now.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, so we should be good for the rest of the day. The high is going to be 38 degrees. Can you believe that? And then tonight it's going to be 28 degrees. Saturday it's going to be a lot warmer at 45. And then Sunday it's going to be high at 43. But of course you can have chance of rain and showers happening Sunday. Saturday, it's going to be patchy fog and mostly sunny. Ooh. So it might even get a little hotter than 45, depending if you're in the shade or in the light.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like winter is kind of here, but kept at bay by these higher temperatures.
Yeah.
So it'll be rain all week.
Yeah.
But as
it
we
snowed
said,
yesterday morning.
It
I was
did.
in the water hearing, the water evaluation hearing that's happening, Missoula versus the Carlisle group.
Yep.
To be continued until Monday for their closing arguments, supposedly. But you don't know, I'll tell you, because I've been there pretty much every day, and they had Mayor John Ingen on the other day last afternoon, and so on and so forth. Now the city's getting their people on, because the last 3.5 days, it's all been Carlisle Group's experts coming in and talking about how the water company is worth $142.6 million.
Wow.
I know. Which is funny because that's how much they were going to sell all 3 water installations to Liberty Mutual. Park Water is a subsidiary of 3 water companies. Ooh, I sound smart. Anyways, yeah, that's basically what's going on there. They're going to try to bring it all the evaluation down because they showed a chart and it was like, that totally makes sense because this one guy, he put all the dots, his expert opinion, and then he basically wasn't correlating with 4 other people who said it was in the $40 to $50 million range.
Oh, okay.
There's like 5 people, and they gave 5 different evaluations over the last 5 years. They give quarter evaluations too, so it's it's basically, it feels as though they added $100 million despite.
Yeah.
And this is why they have this evaluation hearing. It's basically if you go to a car dealership and then you bring your car to Ollie's or whatever, and then have them check it out. It's like, well, you got some. You don't have a brake line. It's like, that's funny, because that's probably why I had to stop with my feet. Thank you.
Huh, I had no idea.
I'd say you can knock off about $5,000 off that car price. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I'd rather pay sticker price.
But elections were earlier this week on Tuesday, and so we've got our new city council members for the first time in a really long time. It's a majority of women.
Every 3 years.
So it's pretty nice.
Half of them either gets going, but a lot of them changed.
Yeah.
And there's a 7 to 12 majority of women now on there,
so
and a lot of them are progressive. The only person who is not progressive is Harlan Wells. Harlan Wells secured his seat, but this is the new city councils. It is Heidi West. She is from Ward 1.
I do believe.
Gwen Jones, I believe she's in Ward 3.
Cool.
Julie Armstrong, I'm not entirely sure. And then Michelle Cares, she took over for Ed Schilder's seat in Ward 5. And then John DeBari, he knocked out Patrick Weaselhead up on the mountain, Ward 3.
Okay.
Yeah, Ward 3 is on the mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
And yeah, so that's what's going on there. So West defeated Bill Murray by like 1,000 votes. Cares defeated Coffee.
Yep. And so we just
it was a low voter turnout, and she was in Ward 6, so it was Michelle Cares. She won Ward 6. Ward 3, and then of course that was Gwen Jones. So I guess let's see.
And so
Ward 4 was the John DeBari, because John DeBari, he's been on so many committees, did so many stuff already with the city. The city actually endorsed John DeBari.
Oh, cool.
It kind of feels like
he was just like a shoo-in.
He was a shoo-in, but at the same time, Patrick Weaselhead was on the council. He's incumbent. And they were just like, oh, we're going to support John DeBari. We're not going to support you since you're already on here.
That's...
But I don't want to talk more about that. Speculation. But that's what I noticed. I just saw that and I was just like, oh, he's been on there long enough, but you guys support John DeBari.
Yeah.
But you guys supported John DeBari in the first place. But it was very down the middle of like who they wanted to support.
Who they wanted to be on. That's interesting. I don't really think that city council should support any other nominees just because they're already on the council, and I don't think that they should be biased. But also, you guys, this Missoula County Public School bond passed.
Yep.
I don't know if we talked about that already this week. So that did pass.
And they have the school board
awesome.
meeting where they're going to talk about it next Tuesday, live on MCAT at 6 p.m.
Channel 190.
Yes, we changed to 190. It used to be 189, but now it's 190.
Yeah.
But I just want to say, who, in memorial to all the city council members who have left us, who are going to be leaving us starting in January, February, around that area, and it's Ward 1, Adam Hertz. Oh, sad music. Asaph.
Jason Weiner's Ward 1.
Play some sad music real quick. Okay. So in Ward 1, we will remember Adam Hertz.
It's Jason Weiner.
Jason Weiner in Ward 1. Adam Hertz in Ward 2. Alex Taft in Ward 3. Mike O'Haron, Ward 5. And Ed Childers, Ward 6.
Thanks for all your hard work, guys.
Ed Childers, over 20 years of city council.
Yeah, he's probably stoked to like
tired.
be able to chill. Yeah, but he's tired, yeah.
But you don't have to be tired. You can find out more information about your new city council members by logging on to www.ci.missoula.mt.us.
City of Missoula. You just type in City of Missoula in the Google.
But let's talk more about us. Let's talk about our show. So if you can log on to Wake Up Missoula by logging on to wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula to find out more information about Wake Up Missoula. You can like us on Facebook. You can totes follow us on Twitter.
Missoula Community Access Television also has a Twitter.
And you can follow the water trial as it goes on as well.
You can like MCAT on Facebook, or else just go to MCAT on Facebook again, and then you could go to mcat.org to find out more information about us as we start to load. You can like us on Facebook. Again?
Yeah, every time like I click on the link to the MCAT website page, and it automatically, it's so close to the Facebook tab, it's just like, whatever.
It just pops up.
So yeah, the Day of the Dead is online, so it's still fresh in our minds and in our hearts, in the memories of our dead relatives that we celebrate once a year. Yep.
Yeah,
They never really die as long as we remember them.
Yeah, it was a really great parade. So if you guys want to watch that in full, you totally can on mcat.org if you missed it the first time around.
But of course, I do not have much time since I will have to be going to the
water trial.
You guys, it's not a trial.
So
it's
nice
not a trial.
Today.
It's a water evaluation hearing.
Water evaluation. But if you guys notice Scott's collar and Argyle sweater, you look so nice today, Scott.
He
looks court-worthy.
Like a nerd. I look like I look like picture day. I was talking to this kid during flagship, and he's just like, I don't wear pants. Like, I hate wearing pants. He wears shorts. Yeah. And he says, like, the only time I ever wore pants in the whole school year is when I had picture day. And then as soon as the picture day was done, I ran to the bathroom, took off my pants, probably was already taking off my pants on the way to the bathroom, and it was such a funny conversation. This kid is like, he's like 6th grader, he's a little kid.
That's hilarious.
And
I hate pants.
he sounds so like, he sounds older than he looks. He's just like, I don't care. He knows what he wants in his life, and that's no pants.
No pants.
So no pants, no problems.
With that.
But let's have no problem with a little game I like to call Hallmark or Bullmark.
This is early in the show, you guys.
It's a little early in the show. Yeah. I just want to get this through because we have a long Flagship Friday. And by the time Flagship Friday is done, it'll be over. Are you guys ready for Hallmark or Bullmark? I wrote this last night because I got a little bored. All right. Or did I?
Or did he?
Actually, I always rewrite the Hallmark movies anyways to make it sound like I wrote them. That's plagiarism, people. Anyways, are you guys ready for Hallmark or Bullmark?
Yeah.
Here's their first movie synopsis. Lily, a young girl, befriends a ghost of her late father who died just before she was born.
Ooh.
Harold is a ghost who found a way to connect to his daughter that he never knew while he was alive, but trying to convince his late wife, Valerie, to move on has been met with resistance. Valerie has had it tough since her husband died and has had to find work at her parents' bakery, and while her kid becomes closer to Harold's ghost, she fears that she is losing her daughter as well. As Harold's time is running out, he must convince his daughter, who doesn't know he is her father, that he needs to tell them something very important before it's too late.
This sounds so dramatic.
And the movie is called It's Never Too Late. And this is Hallmark or Bullmark. Any of you guys at home don't know how this game works, I read a synopsis from a Hallmark original movie, or do I? And you guys have to determine whether or not it's a Hallmark movie or it's complete Bullmark that I made up on the spot.
Okay, so...
It's a ghost dad.
It is. It's a ghost dad.
Ooh, that hasn't been done before.
It's so cheesy. I'm gonna say Hallmark.
I'm gonna say
it's so cheesy. You say the opposite?
Yeah.
You say Scott wrote it?
Well, Noelle, you're wrong. It is completely Bullmark.
Good job, Scott.
All right, are you guys ready?
So cheesy.
Are you guys ready
So
for your
bad.
next installation of Hallmark or Bullmark?
Yes.
Hit it, Asaph. It's that time of year again to cut the turkey and enjoy stuffing, but Regina's perfect duck dinner Thanksgiving is interrupted by a murder most foul, get it? She must find a way who killed her longtime friend and high school coach, Ricky, before the killer gets away and before dessert. Can Regina whip up the recipe for solving this mystery before the egg timer runs out? Thanks for the mystery. That's what the movie is called. And is this the Hallmark original movie, or is this something I made up?
Bullmark.
You're gonna say Bullmark?
Yeah. What about
Yeah, I
you,
agree.
Scott?
I agree.
Yeah. Are we right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cheesy. That was way too
But it was so perfect for all. It would totally make a Hallmark original movie.
Thanks for the mystery.
And before the egg timer runs out, it is probably the best written one of my
ever.
things. I'm really proud of this, but I feel really offended that you guys didn't get it. That you guys got it right.
You did a good job. But we're gonna move gears now. We've got an art clip by Rick.
And
of
when
course.
we come back.
Yeah, got some events for you guys going on today and tomorrow.
So stay with us. We have so much to show you on this edition of Wake Up Missoula.
Hello, you guys. We are back, and now I've got some events that's going on for your day. So it is First Friday, and so this is what's going on for the first Friday of the month. So Tiny Tales is over at the Missoula Public Library starting at 10:30. It's for babies ages birth through 3 years, and they, they'll sing songs and play games and learn nursery rhymes and finger plays and all that fun stuff. And then there's Family Story Time at the Public Library at the same time. That's at 10:30, 3 days a week, themed story time on the Dragon Rug, which may include songs and an art activity. Preschool Playgroup is over at Bitter Gymnastics, is walking to 5 years. They just set up different activities and stations around the gym, and then the parents and children get to rotate and choose what they want to do. Over at Spectrum Discovery area, the Discovery Bench is Stomp Rockets, and the Brain Lab is Eye Dissection. It starts at 11. Yarns is at the Public Library at noon. This is for all those knitters and crocheters to get together and gossip and craft and eat their lunch. Sounds great. Yeah. There is a Hamilton Psychic and Healing Fair out in Hamilton. So it'll be practitioners, they'll be offering a wide range of services between tarot, clairvoyant, and past life readings, RF photography, psychic medium, Reiki healers, and energy work. So if that interests you, it starts at 2 o'clock out in Hamilton.
I'm very interested.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
He doesn't care.
I don't.
The President Lecture Series Seminar, there's one that starts today at 3 o'clock in the Gallagher Business Building in room 123. This is featuring Michael Kazin, who's a professor of history at Georgetown University. It's pretty sweet. He's talking about a war against war, the Americans who fought for peace between the years of 1914 and 1918. Seminar is free and open to the public. Once again, that's at 3 o'clock in the Gallagher Business Building, room 123. At the public library between 3:30 and 5:30, we've got our Teen Writers Group. This is for teens who need some inspiration and or feedback, or just need a place to hang out. And then tonight is First Friday, so we've got a bunch of artwork. As always, this isn't all the art that's in Missoula. I feel like it's only about half of it. Usually all the galleries and all the places downtown have a ton of stuff. So the Missoula Art Museum at 5 p.m. has got Marianne Bongiorni. She's from 5 to 8, and she has got, let's see, her visual language is distinct. She combines and reappropriates found objects in painting to create work that explores the romance, customs, and everyday lore of the West. Yeah. Over at Glacier Sotheby's, they've got a Between the Shadows, First Friday opening at 5. There's a gallery night over at Brookshire Hathaway Montana Properties. They're featuring Nanda Gaylord. Repertoire, Art and Design, they've got Embodied, featuring Terrell Jones, Declining Nudes. And so Embodied is exploring figurative and spiritual aspects of the human experience.
Cool.
Yeah. So that'll be, this is all, it starts at 5, between like 5 and 8 and 9.
You had me at nudes.
And then over at Clyde's Coffee, and Clyde Coffee looks like it's a brand new coffee shop that's just opened. It's on the hip strip.
Uptown Missoula, right next to Bridge Pizza.
Right next to Bridge Pizza. So they have got Coffee with Courtney at Clyde. So she is an artist, and she will be there showing her artwork. She's painting. Yeah.
I walk past there all the time when I'm walking to Wednesday flagship.
Oh, what do you think?
I look in there and I'm just like, wow, this looks exactly like Yo Waffle.
Oh, really? How funny.
They used to be downtown. You see how well that did. But I mean, there's not a really solid coffee shop on Uptown Missoula just to hang out and drink. I walk past there, people are always in there.
Really?
It's a really good place.
Like the closest coffee shop is like Liquid Planet.
Oh, Bernice's Bakery.
Yeah, Bernice's right there.
Everyone goes to Bernice's.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of people do. So it's going to be basically, I guess it's going to be a radius competition with one another.
I think that'll be fine. You know, like Bernice's is right there, and then as long as Clyde's Coffee has got some good coffee, I bet they'll be just fine.
Well, like Black Roasting Coffee Company has to have good coffee because they're way out there. It's like there's only a couple of people who live in that general vicinity. But
they are always busy though.
They're always busy. I'm surprised. Yeah. Who? I guess it's next to fire station. So
fire station, college kids. You know, it's on the way to the university too.
Yeah, if you live up the rattlesnake in those cheap apartments by Greeno.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised they have a lot of those like apartment or little complex right next to Greeno Park. But that's here nor there. Old hotel.
Yeah, it used to be an old hotel, and now it's an apartment complex.
I think it was probably great back in the day.
I bet it was cool. Yeah, right on the river. If you guys don't know those, I'm sure you do know those. Whatever. Yeah.
Well, then you're not from Missoula, and you should change the channel. Don't change the channel, please.
Don't. We love you. Please don't change the channel. We need viewers. Over at Radius Gallery, they've got their First Friday at Radius starting at 5. And then this next show I think is really cool. So this guy's name is Kyle Volk. He is a historian in Missoula, and he's going to be having a show at Missoula Wine Merchants at 5, and it's called Alcohol and Freedom. So he's going to be signing books and discussing the history of alcohol and American freedom as presented in his book, Moral Minorities, which is so interesting. Like alcohol has been such a has played a huge role in America.
Culture.
Yeah, in America history and culture, like, you know, from Prohibition era all the way to everything else that happens. Yeah. So it's very interesting to see, like, how people...
Because, like, in Italy, 5-year-olds drink wine.
Yeah,
They're just like...
Well, and, like, the Prohibition era and, like, how, like, so many things came out of the Prohibition era.
There's a lot of countries that don't have a legal drinking age. And I think it's, like, the Philippines. No, the Philippines have 18.
Well, all Europe, it's, like, 16. Something like that, yeah. So it would just be really interesting to check out and hear about. Yeah, so that'll be at Missoula Wine Merchants downtown on Higgins.
Not to mention, I can just imagine a scenario. It's like, you promise not to drink this, little boy, for you put it in your pasta sauce. Yeah. It's like, I promise. I promise. That's how the little kid sounds. I promise.
I promise, Papa.
Papa, Papa, Feifel, Papa, Feifel. This is a sad movie, but anyways.
Sad movie. Okay. Over at Lake Missoula Tea Company, they're having a surreal art exhibit. Starts at 5. And then author Donna Love will be at Green Ribbon Books signing her book starting at 5 p.m. And so will be signing her new children's Christmas book, and the proceeds benefit the Watson Children's Shelter Center. Yeah. Over at E3 Convergence Gallery, they've got a blacklight show called Spirit of the Universe starting at 5. Gecko Designs has got Chris Willis Artist Reception. So he is a photorealist and surrealist painter. Yeah, he'll be at Gecko Designs at 5. Frame of Mind has got an art show at 5:30. Amy Ragsdale will be at Fact and Fiction at 5:30, reading from her book and signing books.
I'm gonna heckle her. Hey, Ragsdale.
Hey, Ragsdale, what are you doing?
She does the Headwaters Dance Company.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Cool. Nice. And then over the Clay Studio, they've got an opening reception. This is put on by university students in the ceramics department. So it's Ceramic Grad and Post-Baccalaureate exhibit. So they'll share the work that reflects the commitment of the university's ceramics department towards individual expression and experimentation. That's at the Clay Studio at 5:30. Travis Yost will be at the Missoula Brewing Company at 6. This is music now. Traditional Irish music will be at the Union Club at 6 as well. Worldwide Cinema will be at the Missoula Public Library at 7. It's a free independent film based on the novel Heroic Measures by Jill Sinmet. Yeah. President Lecture Series Lecture will be at the University of Montana at 8 p.m. in the UC Ballroom.
But if you miss it, you can watch it on MCAT
Yeah.
later.
Mm-hmm. And so it'll be put on by Michael Kazan again, professor of history at Georgetown University. And it's going to be speaking on what is the legacy of the 1960s. Yeah, that's going to be cool. So that's free, open to the public. And then we've got some music for tonight. So we've got Fishbowl Friday over at Monk's, and it's the theme is We Get It, You Vape.
Nice.
3-Year Dog is at the Union Club at 9. Oh. Addison Grooves at the Real Lounge at 9. Jones and Fisher will be at the Sunrise Saloon at 9:30. Polecat will be at the Top Hat Lounge at 10. Swamp Ritual, American Falcon, and Stone Elk will be at the Palace at 10. And then we got Medicine Box Sessions, Special Zookeepers Edition will be at CH112 at 10 p.m. Yeah.
Sounds banging.
Some of those shows cost money, some of them don't. You just kind of got to go and check out which
You got to
ones do.
feel it out.
Yeah, feel it out.
Or go to MissoulaEvents.net. Yeah.
Or check that out, yeah. But we're going to switch gears now and go over to Asaph's segment.
You know, when I was just barely out of high school, I got to see our guest in real life, and he did not disappoint because he sent everybody home smiling and deaf. And of course, we're talking about Superman of the trumpet, Walter Maynard Ferguson, known to the world as Maynard Ferguson, or just strictly Maynard. You know you were right when you're a one-name artist, and he was one of them.
Very true.
Anyway, Maynard Ferguson was a Canadian jazz musician and band leader, and he came to prominence by playing with Stan Kenton back in 1957. Now, what's interesting about this fella here, he's known for being able to scream some high notes so high it seemed like only the dogs could hear it. And it was just such fun watching this man. He started out as a violin player as a child, of all things. He was a child prodigy on the violin.
Wow.
But he went to church one Sunday morning, heard somebody play the trumpet, asked his parents to buy him a trumpet, and the rest became history for him. He dropped out of high school at age 15 because he was so skilled playing this instrument, and he was playing in dance bands because they did things like that in those days. He'd play in dance bands, and he was so popular as a trumpet player that in 1950, 1951, and 1952, he won Downbeat Reader's poll as best trumpeter. So let's show that clip of him screaming to high heaven.
Nice.
I like how all of them are dressed. It's like he's the only guy wearing a suit, and he's like everyone's.
That's the way it was in the 70s. They dressed like that back then. And on the conclusion, he'll just scream even higher. He was just getting warmed up.
think that's called double tonguing.
Wow.
Now this is the song Gonna Fly Now from the movie Rocky. You see, in the 50s they did more serious jazz, but as time evolved, some of the jazz players fell by the wayside, and if you went commercial like Ferguson did, you survived.
Yeah.
So this is from the movie Gonna Fly Now, Rocky. And this man, his whole life, he just screamed like that. It was just such an amazing talent that he had. And he was also featured in soundtracks like The Ten Commandments with Charlton Heston. And he was on the, you remember that television show, Davy Jones, the Monkees? They featured him in some background stuff on that. I mean, they just used his talents for behind the scenes because he could scream so high. Just absolutely amazing. And you imagine seeing this guy in real life?
Yeah, that would be insane. I think I would go home smiling in death too.
Yeah, we all did, but you know, your hearing comes back when you're young, you can take it.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of awards because this is just more information about his life. Violinist turned trumpet player and screamed to high heaven, and he did that like that till he passed away in year 2006 at the age of 78. So he left the world some great music, especially Primal Scream. You gotta hear that one. That was one of his albums. And Conquistador was another interesting album where he just hit notes in the stratosphere.
Well, thank you,
So
Asaph.
that's my tribute to Maynard Ferguson.
Nice. Thanks, Asaph. That was Musical Notes with Asaph Adonai.
Yep, featuring Maynard.
Feature Maynard. Nice. All right. Oh, God, I hate this microphone.
It's Sam's fault.
You KBGA boys.
It's just Sam.
You KBGA Sam.
Just
Break our microphone. I know, I can't blame them all. I like them.
Yeah.
I like Sam too, but come on, Sam.
Well, I don't like Sam. And speaking of which, Jed, his friend Jed, he's having a going away party because he's going to be moving to another country for like 6 months.
Of course.
So he's having a house party.
Sweet.
You guys are invited. He's actually invited everybody.
Tonight?
Everybody tonight, yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What's the address?
I don't know.
Okay, you guys.
It's just off of like Arthur or whatever.
Off Arthur, having a party. Do you know I'm gonna go?
I'm going to go.
Sounds
I'm going to definitely check it out.
Scott and I are gonna rage.
Yeah.
Okay. Now to events. This is what's going on tomorrow. So tomorrow, starting at 7:30 a.m. over at St. Patrick's Hospital and Conference Center, it's Diabetes Day. So they're going to be having a day of empowerment for controlling diabetes. Looks like they'll probably chat about diabetes and ways to control it. Yeah, so that's at 7:30 a.m. If you want to go, maybe give them a call and check that out. Over at Big Sky High School, they've got a sporting goods gear swap. So it's an outdoor gear swap from 9 to 5. Yeah. And then they've got it on Sunday too from 10 to 3 over at Big Sky High School. Over at St. Mary's Holiday Bazaar, this is out in Stevensville actually, they have got a holiday bazaar. So it's one-stop shopping to get all your Christmas presents.
What?
Yeah. There's a craft fair. Oh, like I just said, craft fair over at Big Sky High School. Yep. Over at the McClay Flats, they're doing a, they're talking about the winter birds over at McClay Flats. So they're going to be exploring McClay Flats to look for new winter arrivals. Yeah, so you can meet at the parking lot off of Blue Mountain Road for this half-day field trip. There'll be 2 miles of walking along flat terrain through grasslands and forested area and along an inland marsh. Sweet. Over at C.S. Porter Middle School, they're having their annual craft bazaar and cheer showcase. So they're crafting, and then it looks like they're just going to be having a lot of cheers.
When you write the synopsis for this morning show, make sure you're writing bizarre.
Oh, good. Bazaar.
Yeah. Get a bazaar with events with Noelle.
Ah.
Yeah. But there's so many bazaars going on.
There really are. It's a bunch of bazaars.
No.
It's kind of bizarre, actually.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
Let's continue our Saturday events.
So over at Spectrum Discovery area, the Discovery Bench is Squishy Circuits, and their brain lab is Plastic Brains.
I spoke too soon.
Yep. Prairie Sisters Christmas Vintage Market will be over at Zootown Church at 10 a.m. Antiques Collectibles, Shabby Chic, Repainted, Repurposed Furniture. Over at the Missoula Fencing Association, they're doing a Stab-A-Leaf Rake-a-thon. So if you belong to there and you want to help them rake some leaves, you totally can. It starts at 10. And then over at Hellgate Soccer Fields, they're doing a Mountain Jumbo Elk Ramble. Scott's breaking it down next to you guys, sorry.
Sorry, I don't mean to distract you with my moves.
With his sweet moves. Please stop.
I have a cavity now from your sweet moves.
So at the Mount Jumbo Elk Ramble, you'll just, experience stunning landscapes as you traverse the winter home of the Mount Jumbo Elk herd. Sounds great. Yeah. Like I said earlier, there's a psychic and healing fair in Hamilton. So this one is 2 to 8. Nope, Saturday hours 11 to 8. Yeah, so tomorrow, 11 to 8 out in Hamilton. Missoula Art Museum with Bev Gluckert. You can explore Dry Point Intaglio. $75 for non-members, $67.50 for members, 12 to 4.
Yeah, you get to find out what Intaglio is
No
for
idea what it is.
$75.
Great. Or you can look it up and decide for free. Over at Green Path Herb School, they've got face care, lotions, cleansers, and toners. And so you can learn how to make 3 different daily products that you can use as a daily skincare regimen to give your face a natural vitality and healthy glow. $35 for each class or $95 for the entire body care series. I'm so glad they're doing affordable classes.
Yeah.
Missoula Public Library, Ellen Baumler, How We Miss Them. They will be reading, let's see. So this is historian, storyteller, and award-winning author Baumler of Humanities, Montana, weaves a ghostly web and thought-provoking journey to Montana's most spirited places. Large meeting room at 2 o'clock. All right, Brucci will be at the Missoula Brewing Company at 6 p.m. We got some music now. The Federico Brothers will be at the Draftworks Brewing Company at 6. John Floridas Brewery Tour will be at Imagination Company.
I love John Floridas.
He's pretty good. And then there will be a mountain running film festival at the Wilma starting at 6:30. And so this is put on by the Wilma and the Montana Trail Crew, and it's just going to be movies about people running on mountain trails because they love it. And then we've got stuff music. So Missoula Symphony Orchestra Concert, Timeless Romance will be at the University of Montana at 7:30. And then we've got the Folklore Society Contra Dance will be at the UC Ballroom at 7:30. Absolutely with Chris Moon and Monte Carlo will be at the Badlander at 9. Russ Nass and the Revelators will be at the Union Club at 9. MT Souls with Mac Marler, Traff the Wiz, and Rude Max will be at the Palace at 9:30. Little Smokies are playing Top Hat at 10. They haven't been around in a while. And Gray Skull Divide and the Poet will be at the Stage 112 at 10.
Well, the Little Smokies played last First Friday when they premiered the...
oh, did they?
Yeah,
when
they opened the Wilma Theater, but they didn't advertise the Little Smokies too much.
No.
But they just were there. It was like, oh my God, the Whiz Pops for the kids and the Little Smokies, so all a lot of big name stuff.
Yep.
A lot of great stuff. But without further ado, I want to talk a little bit more about this. This has been a 2-week process. I wanted to make this video, and I gotta say, I'm really happy the way it turned out. And it's got to be one of the best Flagship Friday videos in a long time.
Nice.
So, but it's long, but hopefully you guys will stay engaged throughout the whole 11 plus minutes of Flagship Friday presents Don't Be Trippin'.
Nice.
Here it is.
Today, on Tales from Hellgate High School, tragedy strikes as one innocent victim tripped. Was it her fault? Was she clumsy? Was it the only other person around's fault? Was it another force? Find out tonight. It was a day like any other day. Jordan was walking from 5th to 6th period. The bell had just rung, yet the hallways were almost empty. She walked, and then tragedy strikes. As you can see, the prime suspect for the alleged trip is clearly Ellen. The sole suspect, Ellen, was taken into custody by 2 hall monitors.
What? Wait, no, I'm innocent! I don't know what you're talking about. Just go me.
Jordan was a fairly popular girl before the accident, well-liked around school. Everything changed then, and Ellen, she was your traditional underdog, not as well-liked, not as popular. Could this be motivation? We'll find out in this interview.
I don't know, it's just going to class like usual. I don't even, people are just using me as a scapegoat. I have a reputation for being completely judgmental, and a little bit aggressive.
When we asked about the events that transpired, Ellen played dumb.
Look below, and then boom, she goes down. And no one else is there to show you.
I'm just walking to class.
But you clearly made contact with the victim. Is that right?
No. I'm just a scapegoat. Everybody blames me for it. I'm not the most popular. I'm like one of the most hated people in school.
What is your definition of scapegoat?
Like, I get blamed for stuff, and I'm usually blamed for everything at school, so how am I?
It all happened so fast, I don't even know. I was just minding my own business, walking down the hall, and suddenly I was hit. And I wound up on the floor. I didn't know how I got there. It was just all crazy.
Well, how are they supposed to know I tripped somebody? I wouldn't do that on purpose.
The alleged tripper, I didn't see much of her, but she had a kind of a flannel shirt or vest thing, and it was purple and black, and she definitely had glasses. Say that. And that's really all I can remember.
Basically, I was just chilling in the hallway, and I heard a noise, a big thump, and I heard someone say, "Oh no."
So, in your own words, what can you tell me about the victim?
The victim?
Yes, Jordan. Do you know anything about her?
No. I don't know Jordan.
Do you know do you know Ellen?
No.
This event has caused a chain reaction which changes the ways that people look at the safety of the halls in Hellgate High School.
This tripping incident affected me by striking constant fear in the hallways of my school. I can't turn a corner without having to look around, and I have to run to my classes, and I'm constantly checking behind my shoulders to see if anyone's after me again.
I don't think Ellen could have tripped Jordan. She tripped in the wrong direction.
How do you figure?
Ellen was standing in an angle that was not proper for the trip that Jordan has described.
Like the tripologist said, it was like a weird coincidence, because if you pause the footage, you can see this faint bug on the sidewalk. Okay, I remember it because I have this extreme ability to remember things because I was abducted, and they made experiments about my brain, and oh my goodness, I'm having they're speaking to me.
Oh no, my freshman eyes!
Millions of people die from tripping every year. So they hired me as an expert.
We flew in some experts from Oklahoma City, Texas. And if you viewers don't know, that's one of the most major provinces in Canada.
I'm here with Autumn, a trip expert.
Tripologist. I didn't go to 4 years of graduate school to be called a trip expert.
Well, I'm sorry, trip expert. So, we'll be running through the tripping here. I'm on the scene with you, so let's run through this.
Okay, well, you are Ellen, and I'll be Jordan. We are walking, we're getting closer, and bam, I fall this way. This is the wrong way. She should have fallen that way, over there.
But is it possible that it wasn't a trip and actually a hit? because that would completely explain why she went that direction.
There was no hitting I saw in the video.
There's very special ways to hit people that no one will ever see. They call it the underarm.
Did Jordan claim she was hit?
Well, she thinks she was tripped, but there's easy ways to make it seem like she was tripped too.
I am not a hit expert. I am a trip expert, and she was not tripped. But as far as I know, she doesn't claim that she was hit. There's no signs that she was hit, and the video doesn't say she was hit. So she was tripped. We just don't know how yet.
Well, you heard it. My name is Pedro Yostafa Bread, signing out.
It was probably just when I hit my head, I had miscalculated the direction that I fell. Now that I see it, I do remember falling that way.
Jordan denied the accusation of her being clumsy.
That's absurd. How could anybody ever say that I was clumsy? That's not even possible. I was tripped. I'm a victim.
As you can see, Ellen is not... She's at an awkward angle to even put her foot out to trip Jordan. And Jordan trips in the completely opposite way than she could have even if Ellen had tripped her.
As you can see by this footage, Jordan did not trip the correct way. In the northern hemisphere, toilets flush counterclockwise. In the southern hemisphere, they flush clockwise. Could this have anything to do with Jordan's tripping? Find out next.
I've fallen and I can't get up. Or at least the thing, let me try. Nope, no. No, I can't get up.
Hello, my name is Autumn. I'm a tripologist from the School of Tripology. And I just want to say that millions of people die from tripping every year. Always follow the basic safety precautions. Always make sure you throw away your banana peels in the trash can. Don't let this happen to you.
Hi, I'm selling Liam pictures, Liam soundboards, Liam sounds in general, everything about Liam.
Why, I never. Hey. Oh, it was a glitch.
It's not slavery, it's Liam.
I soon got a message that somebody had more information. I went to the meeting place. I soon got information that there was more to this story. I got a meeting place. I went there. I received a manila envelope, and in that envelope, there was a phone. The phone contained footage of the accident. As you can see by this footage, Ellen was clearly not at fault for tripping Jordan. But who are the two boys behind her? Is this some extra force? Find out next on Tales from Hellgate High School. We find out the exact culprit of the crimes.
Are you afraid of the dark or the dark arts? Well, you mortals don't have to be afraid anymore. This is introducing my new witch brew. Just one sip of this and you won't be afraid of the dark anymore. Plus, it's a potion of my own design. And if you call now, you'll get some of my magic makeup for free. And it lasts longer for years than any other makeup you've ever had.
I handed you a phone, and within the phone it contained a video, and within the video it contained a different angle on the tripping that showed these two boys behind a bench that popped up on the crime scene. So Ellen is walking towards Jordan, they're both moving, and then Jordan trips while walking past Ellen.
I'm nice to every single person that I talk to in the school. I don't know why anybody would single me out or say that I'm a bad person or try to harm me for it, because I'm always nice to people, and I would always introduce myself to people.
I think that it was the two boys behind the bench.
This was no accident. This was a piece of art. These aliens were trying to make some sort of statement, but I don't know what.
Oh, for Christ's sake, I came all this way only to be interrogated and for something I didn't do. You're trying to confess me for something I did not do at all. Forget you.
Something that we all must take away from this is that in a world so mysterious, there's always a new perspective to look at things. We must always care for each other and realize that maybe our point of view is skewed.
That was hilarious. I hope you guys all enjoyed that on your end.
And there's a post-credit scene as well, but I don't want to show that. We don't have enough time.
Oh.
Well, that's enough for me. I have to go.
Yep, we do.
But let's do some social networking just before we go. You can find out more information, and you can be on our show by contacting us through our website, wakeupmissoula.wix.com/wakeupmissoula. You can go to a Contact Us tab right on the top right-hand corner. You can get in contact with us via our Facebook page, our Twitter page, and if you don't want to get in contact with Wake Up Missoula, you can get in contact with
Missoula Community Access Television on Twitter. You can like MCAT on Facebook, as well as go to mcat.org to find out more information about us. You can contact us on there.
Oh, sorry.
There's my
I was a little quick there.
Contact us on there. You can contact us by calling MCAT at 542-6228. Otherwise known as 542.
MCAT!
Yeah. So we hope that you guys enjoyed our show. We'll see you all back here Monday morning. We've got a couple guests Monday, so stay tuned for that.
All right, without further ado, take it away, Asaph.
Thanks, everyone.